It's everywhere and the selection is on fire. The Fanny Pack is back. I want that. Palazzo pants from like the Spiegel catalog. That's not for us. That's not for us. More on top of more. So elevated and just so classy. There's been a lot of controversy in fashion and textiles and home. What toddler did they let choose this out of a box of crayons? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Katie. A couple of weeks ago, I uploaded a video all about the top trends I wanted to see die in 2018. And somebody messaged me a really great idea. Her name was Casey, so thank you, Casey, for sending me the suggestion that I should do a video all about the top trends that I'm actually excited about. And I was like, that's a great idea because I much prefer talking about things that I'm excited about. And I figured that's kind of timely. I better do that soon. You might have seen recently that Pinterest released a report all about the top trends of 2018. And this is across like home trends, food trends, fashion trends. So I really sort of dug into that list and kind of cross-referenced between a bunch of other articles like Vogue and Harper's Bazaar and just different things out there to see like, what are the trends that people are talking about? What are the ones that I'm really excited about? And sort of, I'm making up a few of my own along the way too. So there are certainly trends out there that I am not excited about. You might have saw in my list of things that I want to die this year. One of those things was scrunchies, and that's actually on the top list of things for 2018 in all of the trend reports across the board. And I've had so many people message me like, I was at Anthropologie, there's a wall of scrunchies, so it's happening. We're living in a scrunchie nation, and that's just unfortunate. So the best we can do is just not buy them. Or eventually we just get used to seeing them and we start wearing them ourselves. I hope not. Okay, so here are the top trends that I am excited about in 2018. Okay, the first thing is long layers. And what that sort of means is a combination of a lot of different things. Typically we think of big bulky layers in cardigans and coats and things like that. But thinner layers like kimonos and longer just cotton dusters have sort of been on the rise last year. But something that I'm really excited to see is dresses over pants. I have loved dresses over pants for a long time. I've always been one to find like a dress at H&M or Forever 21, and it's nothing that I would ever wear as a dress. I would wear it as a shirt and I would layer it with pants. But I've seen so many people wearing really long dresses that you wouldn't expect to wear over pants. And I love that. And a perfect example of that is Karen Brit. I've talked about her before when I did a blogger inspired fashion looks. I was shopping my own wardrobe trying to recreate looks. One of the looks that I did was from Karen. She blogs at wheredidyougetta.com, but her Instagram is Karen Brit. Everything that I talk about and link and show pictures of will be down below. And particularly the one look that I really loved is a wrap dress that I've seen her wear, but she's wearing it in a very relaxed way with a turtleneck underneath it, but pants, she's wearing jeans and leaving it just completely open. So it's just sort of like a long shirt. And I just love that look. I feel like she's the master of this look. She's done it so many different ways. I've seen her do it with a dress that has a really long slit that maybe would feel a little intimidating to wear on its own, but pair that with jeans and some loafers and it just becomes a cool casual look, and I just love it. I've also seen Beth Jones from Beth Jones Style doing this as well. Recently showed this picture of what you wouldn't necessarily expect with like a thin jean. She was wearing a wide leg trouser with a really long dress over it. And I actually just think that it looks really chic and I think that it works. I've been looking for a dress for a really long time that's sort of a wrap dress or a button down from like the top to the bottom that I can split and not button all the way. I mentioned this like in the summer when I was doing a shop at H&M and I was like, I wish this buttoned all the way down because I've been looking for a dress that buttons all the way down. And I haven't found the perfect dress yet, but I'm certainly still on the look. Okay, so another trend that continues to live on is larger than life earrings, and they just seem to get bigger and bigger, which I am definitely a fan of. I also am really into like nice little delicate touches as well, but I love large earrings. You've probably seen me haul a lot of them over the last year, but I just keep seeing so many neat earrings. These ones right here from ASOS, I think are so neat. And I thought, wow, okay, that is a really cool look, and you don't need to wear much else when you're wearing a big statement earring. And so really simple classic clothes, and that's a lot of the majority of what I have in my wardrobe is simple classic pieces and not a lot of prints. And I think that's why, because I love the accessories of it all. And I definitely keep seeing a more geometric, sort of modern take on the earring as well, and sort of silhouettes. I've seen a lot over the last year, silhouettes of faces, silhouettes of bodies, and I'm just loving all of the creativity that is coming from earrings. But I was excited to see wide leg pants on the list. Now, I've loved wide leg pants forever. I even remember loving wearing like palazzo pants from like the Spiegel catalog when I was in high school. You've probably seen me haul quite a few wide leg pants and wide leg culottes over the last year, but I definitely love that it's just we're seeing more and more, because I feel like last year, being a fan of wide leg pants, there were some to be found, but it was definitely like just here and there. Now I feel like it's everywhere, and the selection is on fire, and I'm so excited about it. So whether it's culottes, whether it's a dressy material or a really thick wool trouser material, I celebrate all of them. I'm excited about it. I'm excited that I saw a lot recently on H&M's website. There is actually a wide leg pair of chinos that I thought was really cool. High waist, wide leg with a cuff. I'm all over it. Another trend that sort of can coincide a little bit with the wide leg pant trend, but is a trend all on its own, is side slits. So this is sort of a trend that can be on pants, but it can also be dresses and skirts. But what I like about this is because for me, I don't wear a lot of things that show my legs. Unless it's really, really hot in the middle of summer, I will. But I do love the idea of having the versatility of a slit in the pant, so that if you're like sitting out at a concert, and I've done this, you're sitting out at a concert and you have a wide, loose culotte, but there's slits on them, you can sort of like pretend like you're wearing shorts for the moment. You can sort of like open the pants up or cross your leg, and all of a sudden like your whole leg is exposed now where it wasn't before. And so that's with either like a dress or pants. So I think that it's definitely a cool vibe. It adds, especially when you're walking, it adds a really nice flow and movement to your outfit. Now, of course, there will be some of this happening. So when you see this, you just browse right past it. That's not for us. That's not for us. Okay, another trend on the rise that I think we've seen a little bit of last year but continues to be strong still is embellished shoes. Now, I have a few pairs that I picked up last year, and I feel like a lot of people got this shoe from Target with the pearl embellishment on it. Love that detail. And then I have these embroidered shoes from Topshop that I loved. I just saw recently that there is a boot version of this exact same pattern embroidery thing, and so I was like, do I need the booty of that? No, I don't. It would look really cool with this outfit right now. It's such a fun way to add texture, detail, another fun accessory to go along with an otherwise sort of simple classic outfit. This shoe right here, this mule, I saw recently at Target, and I love this because it's sort of an embellished on embellished. So it's sort of this embroidered, textured pattern with embellishments on top of it. So whether that's a jewel or a pearl or whatnot, I just love the idea of more on top of more. I am digging it. Okay, so this trend is actually a menswear trend, but I'm stealing it from the guys because this is one that we've seen a lot of it last year, and I think it will continue to be strong. And I'm not sure why it wasn't included in the women's trend, but with monochrome, wearing the same color from head to toe. For fall of 2017, the big trend on the runways was red to toe, so red from head to toe. Now, it's not something that I think a lot of us saw in our everyday life. I love this for just classic like camel from head to toe, or even just if you want to keep it really kind of simple, if you wear a certain sweater, so let's take a camel colored sweater and you wear the same colored camel jacket over it, and maybe you also have a scarf or you have a glove or a hat, and then you can wear that with jeans, so you don't need to wear that with a camel pant as well. But I think the monochrome look just really is very chic. It looks very sophisticated and elegant, and it's really a way to sort of pull maybe two things of the same color that you have in your wardrobe that you didn't think about putting together. Even if it's something really inexpensive that you're wearing, it instantly looks so elevated and just so classy. Okay, so I mentioned just a second ago menswear. Menswear was not a trend on anything, and I'm gonna throw it in myself because I've mentioned many times about how I love menswear. I think most people embrace menswear, especially since blazers have been on the rise within the last year. But with the trend of last year, the Gucci loafer came back with a vengeance, and everyone from Target and there in between was sort of duping that look. I would rock a straight up penny loafer with maybe even the penny in it from like the 90s. I love the idea of not just the Gucci style loafer, but like a straight up penny loafer with a little bit of a chunky heel. In fact, now that I have that in my mind, I'm like, I want that. But I also love, of course, Oxfords. I've talked a lot about Oxfords over the last year. I love brogue details, sort of stealing details from menswear is really always going to be a thing, and I'm always here to celebrate it and wear it. Okay, so continuing on with sort of a men's trend made for women is plaid. Mad about plaid. So plaid continues to be a really big trend. Last year we saw so many plaid checked blazers, coats, and I think that will be something that we continue to see as spring hits, that we continue to see more lighter weight versions of plaid, because plaid we typically think of trousers, wool, heavier materials, and I'm interested to see how that will unfold and translate into spring and summer. All right, the fanny pack. Fanny pack is back. And if you followed me for a while, I don't think I did include it in an outfit here, in an outfit video that I did a while ago. I bought a fanny pack from Nordstrom last summer, and I love the fanny pack. I actually want one that's bigger, that holds more things, because this one only holds like a phone and a $20 bill. But I love a fanny pack. Now, to one up the whole situation, the Vogue report said that fanny packs are last year's thing. They've already moved on to the micro purse, and so a really teeny tiny little purse that you could not even fit your phone in. So that's bullshit, and I'm not all about that one, but I definitely love a fanny pack. I know when I bought mine, a lot of people kind of made fun of me. They were like, why are you buying a fanny pack? But I love the idea of it. I'd love to see ones that look more utility and cool, but I want one that's larger and that has like a pocket within it, and that I'm all about it. I want the fanny pack to be a thing. So this one I'm excited to see what happens, because this is sort of having an art influence in fashion, which the two have sort of always influenced one another, but this is really, you know, top fashion houses working with real classic artists. And so sort of bringing those together and creating patterns, textures, designs into clothing. And so more expensive luxury brands, of course, are going to work with actual artists. But I'm curious to see how that gets translated to, you know, the Zaras and Topshops of the world, because what I'm hoping for is, I love a t-shirt that maybe looks like it's an old band t-shirt that you got from a concert, or maybe it's like an old collegiate t-shirt or something. And so we've seen a lot of that last year, and I love that, but I'm curious to see if sort of this artful influence will make its way into graphic tees, but I would like to see tees that are maybe more artsy instead of more like logo-y or slogan-y. So that's something that I would definitely be excited about. Okay, and the final trend is, I don't even know if this is a trend, I might be making this up. So you know that the Pantone color of the year, every year Pantone comes out with a color. This year the color is ultraviolet, and there's been a lot of controversy around people hating that this is the color of the year. And I had some interesting conversations with my friends about this that are designers and work in creative for fashion and other things. And so we were having a really mindful discussion about this Pantone color choice. You know, a couple of us were like, I hate this color choice. Like, how are we going to see this in fashion and textiles and home? In the past, there's been colors that have been really strong. Actually, emerald was a color of the year in maybe 2014. That was one that translated so well into both fashion and home. this ultraviolet is like so specific. And when it came out, I said, what toddler did they let choose this out of a box of crayons? But my friend said like, no, like this is what Pantone does. Like Pantone is the one, they're not following the trends. They're not doing what's expected or what you want. They're sort of being like, here, this is going to be a color. Let's see what happens with it. And so I thought, well, you're kind of right. Like Pantone is not the one following the trend. They're setting the trend. And so I still don't like it, but the one thing that I think might be interesting to see is I'm wondering if we're gonna see lavender on the rise, because pastels always become a thing in spring, and I think pastels as a whole was actually on the top list of trends for 2018, because lavender is a more hushed down tone of that ultraviolet. It's a way to sort of support that this is a color, this is a hue of this color, but it's more toned down. I would definitely be supportive of this in like even makeup, because I know Sephora and Pantone always sort of do collections together when appropriate. Sometimes the color of the year is not represented well for beauty, but I'm wondering if like a light, lavender hued cheek I think would be interesting, or eyeshadow, or in nail polish I would be for that. So I'm wondering if, when the pastels come to be, I'm wondering if lavender is going to be the standout pastel. All right, so those are all of the trends that I'm excited to see more and see how they get interpreted in 2018. I would love to hear what you guys are interested in seeing. Please don't make it plastic and lucite, because that was one of the trends for 2018, plastic and lucite. I didn't mention it here, except for just now. That's because I don't want it to be a trend. But all right, thank you so much for watching. I will see you again in my next video. Bye.